Hey there, SOBs. It's London Carlisle here, actor, game master, and fan of the Stream of Blood. But tonight, I'm going to be running a game for you all here on Stream of Blood. Of course, this is Taste of Blood. This is the series where we try out different games with different game masters. And tonight, I'm taking over for Jared with a game of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And I am so excited to run this game for you all. This is just part 1 of 3. As we are, did I just go 1 of 3? Okay, we're gonna edit that out. Clint, you got me right. 1 of 3. This is a deep dive into a different domain of dread. Of Ravenloft. Most people are familiar with Barovia. We are going to a different place. We are going to the frozen wastelands of Lamortia. Now, it is a Frankenstein kind of steampunk inspired world, and these excellent players that I have with me tonight are going to play around in it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce all of them. The first person I'd like to bring in is a dear friend of mine, someone that I play with almost weekly, literally weekly sometimes. It's a friend of mine that I met back at Auburn University, a talented actor, an expert game writer, and you may know him as Daniel and Stone and what's your name on Academia? I forgot about him. He was the one with the glasses, right? Please welcome Matt Stevenson. Perhaps.
What is his name? I've already forgotten it.
His name is Axton.
His name is Axton, and it is good to be here. We have a lot of fun on Spot Hidden, and I think we're going to have a whole lot of fun on Stream of Blood. It's a good time.
Indeed. So, yeah, we were talking a little bit about this before we started, Matt. But usually when you play D&D, you're more of the martial, the barbarian, the fighter. But what's your race and class tonight?
Yes, Thormald Drutkuk. He is was originally a dwarf and has since joined the race of the Reborn. Ooh. So as it was sort of explained to me, a sort of Frankenstein-esque origination in his sense. It can be different, and he is an artificer, as Fantastic. He was before.
Fantastic. Reborn is a race from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft in 5th edition here. Awesome. We're excited to play with your character there. Next up is someone I've also had the honor of playing with many a time. They've been my dungeon master before on stream. They are a very talented game master, channel organizer at the Initiative Order, ambassador for Jasper's Game Day, and a cast member on Second Star to the right. Another excellent 5e show. Please welcome BREANNA FLAIM.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We played Dungeons & Dragons sometimes before, but our first time here together on Stream of Blood, it will be an excellent time.
I sure hope so.
Cool. So who are you playing tonight? What's like your race and class?
Perfect. Well, I am playing Pyre. She is a Fire Ganassi cleric, specifically Grave Domain.
Ooh, okay. Nice. I'm sure that will come in handy tonight in the domains of dread. We have one final player tonight. Last but definitely not least, we have a very talented actress, director, writer, host, the creator of Exile, and the co-host of Teen Creeps. Please welcome Kelly Nugent.
It's me. I'm here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I've enjoyed your work here on Stream of Blood, and it's so exciting to play with you. Yeah,
I'm so excited. This is going to be super fun and very dark and full of dread. I'm thrilled.
And blood, yes. Awesome. So please tell us about your racing class. Who are you playing tonight?
Sure. I'm playing Opaline Quinn, a overly positive individual. She is a protector Aasimar. She is kind of on a rumspringa of sorts from her cult, being that she's given the chance to kind of be outside the cult to decide if she wants to stay or if she wants to go. And what an honor that it's being offered to her, and pretty much only her throughout the entire history of the cult. So nothing bad could happen. And she's really excited to just blend in and just get to know what it's like for the average person.
Fantastic.
Like
The average person.
Mhm.
What is that in this world? Well, everyone, I would like to tell you about the average person here. Please, if you will, we'll get started. If you'll join me on my adventure into the domains of dread, particularly the domain of Lemordia. We travel through the ever-present mists upon this frozen wasteland that you see here. Steam rises from clockwork cities. Giant ships that break ice as they trudge along the sea of secrets. They belch their smoke into the air as well. There are people not quite alive, not quite dead, stitched together, moving very slowly throughout this land, powering these machines. The workforce of this land, the common people, are all too dead. Our story begins tonight in the town of Ludendorff. It is a sort of a sprawling place here with large factories and big cranes that hang over the landscape there. They connect to the big ships that pull into the ports here in Ludendorff. Now, the sort of main attraction at the heart of the city is the campus. The University of Ludendorff. The campus is sprawling and wet, and the highest building is only a few stories above the mud, which gives the distinct impression that the so-called scholars here are just children playing around in the muck. Life is cheap in Lemordia, and the people in this university are trying to find the secrets of this life, how to exploit it, how to manipulate it. And this is all inspired by the great Dark Lord of the Domain, Dr. Victra Mordenheim. A person that has invited you all on a little tour of the university. You see Victra here with this grimy, bloody lab coat, a wide smile, her hair it's slicked back and tied tight, eyes wide, and you can see there, you can see as much of her, like the whites of her eyes, the pupils of her eyes. Her body's almost crooked as one shoulder slumped down well below the other. But she stands before you all at these closed gates of the university. Crowds of gnomes and humans and all people of all sorts are crowded around, applauding in awe as the great doctor is in front of them. "Welcome," she says, as with the flick of her hand, the doors attached to these gears whir and clank and swing open, beckoning you all in. What does the crowds on either side of this entryway see when they see Opaline Quinn?
Opaline is dressed in a cloak, wearing a hood. She is kind of watching what everyone else is doing and kind of trying to like mirror their posture and mirror their actions. And she is like pretty freaked out by her surroundings, but like is like with everyone else clapping along. She's ghastly pale. She has super dark circles under her eyes from long hours of study for the cult. And her hair is stringy, straight and black, and kind of, from what you can see, pressed kind of against her forehead.
Fantastic. So as you're looking around the crowd, you're trying to really mimic their demeanor. They're all in awe. Some jaws are wide open.
Oh.
Some people are struggling to clap in the freezing cold as it freezes all the way down to their bones, but yet they clap.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Please, Kelly, if you please give me a D100 roll.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So soon. We've begun.
I didn't. I'll say I didn't expect it.
64.
64. So since we're playing a little bit of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, all of you get these things called horror trinkets. You can work this into your backstory anyway, but I thought I'd roll it randomly. So what Opaline has is this woodcut of a wolf devouring its own hind leg. This is something that might bring you comfort in these times, but it's something on your person.
Yes. Well, it does give her comfort because her cult is really against reanimation. So she loves that this wolf is eating its own self rather than die and leave remains to be reanimated.
Right. Next to you, also invited to this mysterious tour of the university, is Pyre. What did the crowd see when they see Pyre?
So Pyre, also standing immediately next to Opaline, has a cloak kind of over, somewhat shielding a part of their face, but you can't help but see a slight glow still underneath. She has light red skin, dark eyes, a very round face. It's almost like her eyes are similar to Opaline's, jutting around, taking everything in. But you notice a very light glow coming from her short kept hair that almost mimics a flame. She's looking around, she's kind of seeing Opaline starting to try to mimic those around also. And just sort of look at Opaline and nod with a questioning face.
Opaline questions face back at Pyre.
Looking around, some things you might notice are these sort of businessmen and women. They're dressed in these sort of nice suits with these big sort of fur overcoats on. These are the people that run these large factories that dot the landscape of Ludendorff. The place is attached to these big smokestacks that extend all the way up into the sky. Mm-hmm. With them, some of them have these lumbering just flesh golems that are just sewn together, that trudge along carrying things or doing their tasks that they always do mindlessly. Next to you is another person invited on this scholarly invitation. Please tell us what we see when we see Thormald.
Yeah. Thormald is a dwarf, head shaven, almost like a buzz cut, but he does retain a braided, deep red, almost wine red beard. Underneath that, you can see it turn into scale mode. He's got that broad nose, but he also, I should point out, he has two eyes, two eyes. London didn't catch that. One, you can tell they're both two eyes. They're both different from one another. You can tell one is vastly different than the other, but they're both brown. It's almost as if one was not originally his. And again, there's that scale mail covered in a hide, almost cloak. He does also have a sort of a backpack with a wooden contraption on it, which we may later figure out what that's all about. Right now, it doesn't seem to do anything of particular nature. But also, he's at eye level, and he's also a dwarf. And that is because if you continue to observe this Thormald, it is because he has been stitched on to human legs. So you could say they're about 3.5, whatever the average human leg length might be. And they were originally not his, so he is standing a bit taller, and again, his memories are fleeting, but he seems to retain a little bit of knowledge from whatever came from him. But we can always get into that later.
So, Bree and Matt, please roll a D100 for me for your horror trinkets.
Let's see here.
Right.
That'll be a 15.
15. So, it looks like you have a lantern with a black candle that never runs out. and that burns with green flame.
Excuse me, one moment. Sorry. I'm gonna have to get my physical die.
Ooh.
Exciting. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Technical issue.
You got it. What might this mean to you, Pyre? This ever-burning flame.
I think that Pyre would see that almost as representative of herself and her people, that much like the fire that is atop her head, she is consistently burning regardless of her surroundings. And so it's lantern wood as well.
35.
And it looks like Thormald has a flag from a ship lost at sea. As you stand here with your various trinkets, with these people surrounding you, still applauding, still cheering at the great doctor in front of them, she holds up a hand, and everything goes silent. She smiles and says, "Welcome. This is Ludendorff University. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Let us begin the tour." As she spins around and very promptly walks away, the boots clank against hard stone as she ascends some steps and leads you all inside. What would you like to do as those doors open and you see just rows of these fluorescent lights that buzz and sing above you?
I think Pyre, to start, would, glancing forward and kind of taking in their surroundings, also glance over at Thormald and take a moment, almost look like confused as to why, oh, you're at my height, and then down his legs and up.
Problem?
You have very long legs, is all.
Aye. Served me right well.
Very tall. Yeah, and she'll start kind of moving forward a little bit trepidatiously.
His face has not changed. He's retained that stern, almost piercing gaze that has not altered since since those doors have opened.
And as Opaline hangs back there, you are sort of mixed in with three more figures that have kind of mixed in with you. There is a smaller gnomish man. He's also wearing one of those fine suits as he walks inside of the university as well. There is a human. She has sort of shorter cropped hair and these eyes that just shift back and forth. She's wearing sort of leather armor, and she seems to keep her hands in her pockets as she's walking along. The last person that's here with you, Opaline, is this taller, dark-skinned man. He has a close-cropped beard and a long black trench coat. As he walks into the room, looks around, and just presses on up ahead, moving pretty quickly past everyone else. What are your thoughts? What do you do here?
I think so. Opaline is going to try and like sidle up. So she's going to try and sidle up to the person whose eyes are like going back and forth. The human.
Yeah.
And just kind of be like, it's a lot to take in, right? Unless you think it's not. It's we like it here.
I think I like it here. It is a lot, as you said, but why am I here?
You don't know? Oh,
I
that's
just got this invitation from the doctor. I'm not quite sure why, but there's some cool stuff around here.
okay. So you don't know either. Okay, I don't know either. I just didn't know if I could say that I didn't know why I was here.
Of course we know why we're here.
Oh, well, no, but we do. I mean, some of us know. Right. There's like flop sweat, drenched in flop sweat. All of us are. Sometimes we know, and sometimes we don't.
I know. Paya, that is your name, correct?
Yes. I also know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Well, if you know, please enlighten us.
Oh. I just
Why don't we all say it at the same time?
Okay. One on the count of three. Three, okay?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Um,
Timeshare presentation.
Send your
Oh,
presentation.
that was wrong.
No.
I don't know.
I didn't say anything.
So you
Oh.
really have no idea?
No, you didn't.
Listen, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I'm going to just kind of take a little independent study of this place.
Well, I admire your enthusiasm.
You can call it that. As she slips away. Now the doctor continues on, leading you through these halls, through these chambers, through these corridors, and you see all sorts of amazing things in here. You enter this large library with these mechanical sort of ladders that zoom across the way. These sort of mindless beings climb up the ladder, pulling books down, climbing back down. And from where you are, you can see sort of anything above where the eyebrow would be is completely missing. Instead, replaced there are these gears and cogs and wires. As she sees you all noticing this, Dr. Mordenheim yes, I'm very proud of these. These are some of my finest creations. They're very efficient, very fine pieces of work. Are you not impressed?
Dungeon Master, are we, is it just us three?
Yeah, it's just you. It's just you three here, plus the other three,
Got it. I just want
and all of these, sort of workers around.
Thank you. So they're yours. Specifically, your property.
Yes,
Right.
I developed it with the utmost care. And you, Paya, Opaline, what do you think of these things?
Their gears are very, very impressive. What do they do?
Well, this, as she sort of very quickly runs over to one that is lumbering along. She flips a switch in the back of one of these gears as this thing almost just like jolts with this electric energy and just sort of takes off running across the room. Around the room, does a full lap before coming back. As it nears her, she simply extends a hand. Anything I wanted to do.
Well,
Right this way. Yes? Are you saying?
I was just going to say they're very they're very nice.
Good choice of words.
Indeed, of course they are nice.
Okay.
There's more to see.
Oh no.
No?
I mean, yes.
She means yes. Yes.
It was like, oh no, there's more. Really? How exciting!
Precisely.
Yeah,
And as this conversation is going on, the gnomish man steps up. Well, I, for one, I think it is fantastic. I'm glad I am investing in the university here. I am one of the best donors, and this place is a work of marvelous genius. So thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for these other, I don't know whether to call you scholars or that, whatever. Thank you, Doctor. As he looks at you all, she spins around and keeps going. You're led through these other chambers. Some things you might see are these contraptions. These contraptions on all these arms and gears with these sharp like knives and saws that buzz. This is my operation chamber. This is perfect for amputations and the such. With these knives and these saws, limbs can be chopped with the utmost efficiency.
Oh.
And you, Thormald, what do you think about this? Look familiar?
You could say that. Now, would you say you are the only scholar with these tools?
I am a scholar of it all. This was all built in my honor.
Right. Well, frankly, seems to be a colleague of yours that helped me.
I have many colleagues. I'm sure it was just a routine day at the office.
Well, it is a good thing he stepped out after all. Otherwise, I suppose I wouldn't be here. But who is for personal details?
I am all about the details. Now, right this way. As she spins around again to lead you off into another direction. She also shows you this sort of big pen where all these animals have additional like limbs sewn on. What looks like a sheep is almost spider-like, and it has all these like legs that are also attached to it as it crawls along. It's hot in here as steam is pumped from these tubes underground that lead into here and to pretty much the whole university. The doctor seems to avoid the more studious other libraries and the social sciences and such. But she brings you to this big iron door. And to the side of it, to the left, it says Mordenheim's Private Laboratory. She spins back around. Now, does anybody have any questions?
Paya, do you actually know why we are here?
No, I lied.
Okay, me too.
Pyre just kind of awkwardly looks back at the entire group and just awkwardly staring and smiling.
Right, well. Count me, Thormald, excited to see what you have to offer. Mordenheim, clearly
Yes.
I have some relevance.
Indeed you do. I invited you all here because I'm just trying to grow interest in the school and funding.
Oh, like donors. Okay.
Right, which
Yes,
we knew. Paya.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Donors,
We
yes.
100% knew, did we not? Paya? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
completely.
Quinn? Yes. Right.
From money from us, individually, us giving you money.
Yes. You can give me an inside check if you would like to. Question that.
Or
17.
17. So you look at the doctor, and behind those eyes, behind that sort of cold smile, she's hiding something. There's something behind that that's not immediately apparent, but you know this. You don't know these people very well. You don't know this sort of culture very well, but you know a lie when you see one.
When are we? So we're all gonna give you the money now, or
and how much money? I'm not certain that was discussed.
Let's not talk about money right now. We should go into the lab. I believe I might have some things of interest that you should see first, and then we can talk about the financials. Is that okay with everyone? As she looks around for a second, everybody, give me perception rolls as well.
I got you with an 8.
Okay.
22.
Oh, okay.
Stop laughing at me, let it.
18.
All right. So both Opaline and Pyre definitely see this. Thormald, you're probably focused on this door. Looks interesting to you. But Pyre and Opaline, you see the sort of shifty-eyed person from earlier, just walking around, pocketing these small instruments that they find. It goes away. A small scalpel left unattended. It goes away. Oh, a vial, a beaker of some sort. It's put away before she slinks back into the rest of the group, standing next to the tall man in the trench coat. He very silently. Then back up front. What do you do?
Do you suppose they use gears for the doors as well?
Oh, what was that, Thermal?
The doors.
Oh,
How
yeah,
do you
the doors.
suppose they operate?
I don't know. You might have to push them. These ones might be pull, actually.
Never mind. Thinking out loud.
Pyre will start kind of shifting away from the individual she just saw who was pickpocketing.
Opaline has taken out a little notebook and she's like writing little notes. And she's like, stealing is common here? Question mark. And just keeps is laser focused on this person and kind of isn't really paying attention to what's happening.
After this barrage of questions and the note taking and the pickpocketing, the professor sort of gets excited, spins around, and pushes these large doors. It offers some resistance at first, but they finally swing open, and this gust of just chilled, cold air rushes out, blowing past your face and freezing you to the bone. Mordenheim's eyes are alight now, and you can see as you step across this threshold and the doors swing back closed, there are these rows of delicate and precise instruments. She looks at them just like that, those wide eyes. As you're looking around, you can see that there's all of these versions of like hearts. Is that a lung? Kidneys, all of different dwarven, orcish, elven, of all different varieties as they pop and wheeze in these cases that you see. What do you do?
Pyre very quickly kind of turns to Thormald and goes, "It was a push door," and then kind of taking in the organs that are just kind of strewn about, and she starts mentally just trying to keep track of every single one she sees, but gets a little overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Yes, you are certainly a scholar, Pyre. Well done.
Thank you.
And he'll proceed and keep his eye on Mordenheim there.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Mordenheim is just going up and just sort of admiring the different things, but doesn't seem to flinch when they pop and start oozing like dark, like black and green liquid, as you see.
Opaline is she's still writing notes in her notebook, but she is like really freaked out. And is just like, okay, breathe through your nose. Okay, everything's fine. But she is now kind of splitting her focus because she doesn't trust the doctor. So she's kind of keeping an eye out and also like monitoring where she is in relation to the door.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. So as
I
you're
would
looking,
love to see.
Mhm.
Sorry, no, I would love to see those notes. Just lab equals scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like skulls over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Would you like to give me an investigation roll, Opaline?
Yes, I would. Okay. Well, I rolled a 1, and then +6 is 7.
Okay. Cool. You're looking around for sort of the best exit out of this place. You're looking around to see exactly if there's some sort of trap that might get you or something. But in the middle of all this, all you hear is a couple of clicks, then a boom, as this heart
Ew.
bursts into flames just a couple of feet away from you in one of these machines. It oozes and breaks and crumbles within its case as flames lick the top of the glass. You can see the char and the burning of the ash. It's leaving there. But Mordenheim glances at it once and turns back away. We have arrived at the crux of my work. I would like to replace feeble human organs with ones that will last forever.
Right, and are all these human organs exploding like your fine work over there?
Well, these are not perfect. I have only perfected it once. One time.
Mm.
And I will soon do it again. A human heart. Perfect and unbreakable. Was stolen from this chamber. She looks around the room. A horrible monster took it from me. And as she says that, the tall guy in the trench coat, he kind of flips his trench coat back on one side. You can see a badge at his hip as his eyes grow intense looking. As she mentions this, is there anything else you'd like to do? What are you doing at Thormald?
Did they close the doors behind him? Also, are these, I guess, quote unquote, brainless creations walking around? Is that the only other entity in the room?
Yeah, so it's you three, it's the doctor, it's the three other companions, and these mindless, sort of half-brained creatures are moving around and just operating things, yes.
And what is this badge? If Thormald does catch a glance, does he recognize it?
Ooh, perfect. Give me an investigation.
You got it. Come on. Oh, yeah. So 12 plus 6 for 18.
All right. It says Detective Hathaway. You can spy that with your eyes there. Detective Hathaway is what the badge says. And as you're looking at it, I'll give you it with that roll that you gave there. It doesn't really seem to match the whole Lamortian aesthetic. Of a different time and place. Maybe he's a traveler. Pyre, what are you doing in here?
Pyre would have been intrigued specifically after mention of a horrible person or horrible monster stealing the heart. Just like quickly scan everyone's faces to see if there's a reaction.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Insight.
Ooh, that's a 22.
22. Yeah, so I'll go around with these other companions of yours. The guy with the detective badge, on his face as that monster is mentioned, his eyes immediately turned to the doctor. You can see him just sort of lean in closer, listening intently as his hand goes for a notepad, similar to Opaline, as he begins to take notes. Ellie, who is the sort of shifty-eyed person, unfazed by this mention of a monster, instead, eyes are around the room, perhaps looking for something valuable to sell to one of the entrepreneurs, one of the other criminals, perhaps within Ludendorff. And the gnomish man in the nice suit, he's just, you can tell he's sort of frayed by this. He sort of, puts his arms around himself and sort of starts rubbing his shoulders as he looks around his surroundings. But in the doctor, you see longing. Opaline, what are you doing here?
Opaline is, she kind of sidles up to, let's say, she's sidling up to the doctor, and she's gonna be like, because she's just trying to, she doesn't know what's normal in this world, so she's just gonna be like, so a thievery like this, is that something, like, is that every day for you, or is this more, is I'm not trying to say that your security is bad or something. I'm just wondering, are people not trustworthy here, or is there, okay, so you're smiling at me, which means you like what I'm saying?
I like that you're unaccustomed.
Oh no, I'm just asking to make conversation. I know myself.
And I know your people, your organization. This is why I brought you here.
My what?
We don't get many of your group into these parts. I am a person of science, and I like seeing bodies put to use. I know that you operate differently. Is that true?
Well, oh geez, let me just tell you, this is a load to take off. Okay, so yeah, what a relief. I mean, I'm so glad that you know where I come from. I'm just trying to get to know people and to try and, yes, I come from the cult of the unmade, okay? And yes, we don't believe in reanimation because we think it's disgusting. It's better to just grind. I was doing a role play thing with the doctor.
You know, these legs didn't come with the rest of the package here, Opaline.
Look, I'm just saying. Geez. Okay. Well, I'm just saying that you're not a bad person. You just did something bad.
Well, I'll tell you, waking up in that cold lab, empty lab, in a new life and in a new body. How is that my doing, Opaline?
Well, you should have. If it was done to you, then I guess you're a victim. You're a victim. You're a victim of a horrible crime done to you. Those legs should have been ground down to a paste.
Well,
that's what we should do with all bodies. It's much more humane.
Bloody hell. Well, they seem to serve me just fine, and I am nothing more than a dwarf on a mission to find out exactly why he's here. Now, I have very vague memories of a distant land that was not this one. And how I got here, well, doesn't matter. But I sure would like to find who made this life anew, if that were possible, but who wouldn't like to invest in science? Isn't that right, Doctor? Reborn or not?
Pyre, you're quiet. Do you have a view in this? It seems we have two sides here, Thormald and Opaline. Where do your loyalties lie?
Throughout the earlier conversation, as Opaline was going into almost a bit of word vomit there about her particular views, Pyre almost had like a look of like understanding towards Opaline, but then kind of back and forth. I guess, and she kind of clutches at a small pendant that's around her neck. I can understand Opaline's reservations in this, but Thormald, I do not believe that. If this was not your choice, then I also would consider you a victim.
Victim schmictum. Pyre, do you have regrets? Do you spend most of your time with your regrets? Opaline, do you spend most of your time with your regrets? Do you wish you can change them? Yes or no?
Well, we're not supposed to have regrets. We're not supposed to have regrets. So I have thoughts that haunt me at all hours, but those aren't regrets.
Sure. Well, I am a firm believer. In fact, everyone experiences regret. Would we like to change them? Sometimes, perhaps. Can we? No. Can I change my circumstance? No. Should I give up? No. Can I find out more and do what I can to make it better? Try to make it right? That's something I cannot say no towards. So, if you two have any interest in helping me figure out exactly what the doctor's work entails, I would love the assistance. However, if I'm an abomination, well, leave me be.
Now, Thormald, you are not an abomination. The spark that animates flesh is merely chemical accidents and formula. You are all just meat. Anyway.
Okay.
And as
Well-
she seems to... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just, Thormald, sure, I can't speak for Pyre, but I do feel like we agree on many things. Sure, I'm here to learn. I have 360 more days left on my adventure. And so I'm not part of the cult now. I don't know why I keep thinking in that box, and right, like trying to run away from the box your whole life. Doesn't that mean that you're still in the box? Anyway, I'm totally happy to help you find your purpose, but I just want you to keep in mind that you can't really change things about your circumstances, and those people in power, they'll look out for you and make sure that you're taken care of.
We'll see about that. London?
This is me, not more time.
Not hopefully. As two colleagues in the world of science, at least in this very location, we can continue to find common ground. Fantastic.
It's almost as if the coldness that has now chilled your bones is immediately interrupted as a puff of warm air rolls into the room. The guy in the trench coat, the detective Hathaway, spins around, looks towards the door, and in through this threshold comes these monsters. Absolute abominations that just begin laying waste to the laboratory. You see these sort of tendrils of flesh, these globules of like sludge that roll in. They have mouths that have teeth and tongues and eyes that dart up and in and out as they roll into the room, immediately attaching themselves to the machines, ripping them apart. Right behind these things on either side of you rushes in these slithering, dark indigo tadpoles of sorts. But they have these long, sharp teeth that open and close and as they're coming towards you. But perhaps most troubling of all is this large, one-eyed creature that roars into the room as it comes into the room, roaring, and as it roars, this sort of dark blue gook hits all over your face and drips down. And as this chaos is happening, this monster simply sort of screeches, "Alice's revenge." It darts towards the doctor, and we're going to roll for initiative, please. All right, let's get this going.
All right.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, I've started it here, so please roll through.
I got lucky.
All right, if you could hit that again, I just started it.
Oh, again?
If it'll work. Sorry.
After that great roll.
Well, okay, well, actually, what did you have?
Tormald has 18 plus 1 for 19.
19. Great. Awesome. Okay. Opaline?
18 plus 1 for 19.
Nice. Okay.
Stole my thunder.
I know, sorry. The exact same too.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
that's funny.
Well, pretty great. 6 minus 1 for 5.
Oh,
All right.
coming in strong with that 5.
Perfect.
Awesome. Cool. Let me roll some initiative for these creatures here. Perhaps I can do that.
Sure.
All right. Giving me a moment here. All righty. Okay, that was lots of 19s in this game.
2 out of 3, in fact. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, that means there's more than
More.
Oh yeah, there's
Yo.
definitely more.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
man.
great. We love hearing that.
It was for the doctor, is what it was. So that works. And right now,
All right, cool. So first up, Opaline or Thormald? Who would like to go first? And I'll just sort of describe the scene.
no one else goes. It's all you, Opaline.
Oh, I was gonna say you could because you rolled before I did.
No.
Okay.
I also have no idea what I'm doing, so no, I'm kidding.
Okay, so can you describe quickly, like just spatially where
Of course.
we are?
Yes. So sort of what you see is this large one-eyed creature. It has sort of tried to dart past you, coming at the professor who's directly behind you. It's sort of intermingled between you all here and the guests. Coming at you from the front are these 4 tadpole-like creatures with big teeth that are slithering their way towards you. So you have this large one-eyed behemoth to your left,
Okay.
and in front of you are these gnashing tadpoles. What would you like to do?
Well, even though Opaline doesn't trust the doctor, she does think that the doctor is a source of authority, and so naturally does feel like she's been indoctrinated into giving herself up for a position of authority. So she's going to try to go after this one-eyed creature that's going towards. So it's like going past her in the moment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going past you, right past you.
Okay. Is there any like okay, you know those like is there any like long thing, like a beam type thing, or like a long stick or something nearby, like maybe like something holding something up or anything like that?
You could probably try to rip something out of one of the machines to use as a weapon. If you don't have anything.
Well, I wanted to so what she wants to try and do is use something stick like or beam like to try and trip the creature.
Okay, yeah.
As it's running.
Nice.
All right, cool. Yeah, we can try that for sure.
Yeah, because that's like she's not really like, I don't know, she's not in spell mind right now. She's just like going.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Cool. So give me a strength roll, please.
Ooh.
As your action here.
Great. 11.
All right, cool. So you're trying to sort of rip something out of one of these machines to kind of trip the beast that's there. And I rolled a 19 as this thing just soars over the beam that you're trying to pull out of this. It's ever closer to the professor. Now, next up will be Thormald. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Or was that your end of your turn? Would you like to do anything else? Any bonus actions or
Oh,
movement?
she's just gonna, no, she's fine. She's like so sucked into trying to pull this thing. She's embarrassed, a little embarrassed, I guess. So she's not gonna do anything.
No problem. Next up is Thormald.
Right, so Keeper, this is up to you since we did just kick off. Now, Thormald does have a ritual with every long rest to whittle with his carpenter tools as a artificer that Eldritch Cannon, which utilizes the Force Ballista. Now, would you say he did it before attending this?
So you're asking like preemptively, this is something that you did?
Yeah. No, he was attending a scholarly event, so probably not. So if you'd like me to say anything, I'll say probably not. So with that, let's go with how tall would you say this beast is, this one-eyed beast that just, I guess, did like a cartwheel over that?
It's only slightly taller than you all.
Oh, okay, got it.
With your human legs, yeah. Only slightly.
Hey, he'll take what he can get. Great. Then let's get his attention with a cantrip, if that sounds good, with a firebolt.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, you do your firebolt.
So that'll roll for a hit, and that's not looking good, but it's a 4 + 6 for a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Ooh, got it.
Anything else?
You know, that cannon is a bonus action, so that's not going to come into play. Man. I'm not sure if there is going to be anything else.
Okay, fantastic. So this big creature is next up as it is bounding towards the doctor. It is going to send this large claw directly at the doctor. Oh, okay, yeah, so that is definitely going to hit as it sinks directly across the lab coat there, bloodying it even further. It's going to do it again as the other claw comes soaring in. Yes! As it sinks again into the professor, sending her flying back with a thud against the wall as she collapses down, like sort of like wincing in pain. That's going to be the monster's turn. Next up are one of these tadpoles that is slithering directly towards Pyre. It's going to make a bite attack at you as it tries to jump with these teeth that are bearing towards you. Does a 6 hit?
It does not.
So it seems to go whoop, directly over your shoulder and popping back around, bouncing on the ground. Next up, we have another tadpole. This one is closest to Thormald, as it is also going to try to bite at your human ankles. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Cool. So that will be 3 damage as it attaches with a crunch to your reborn ankles, sort of moving like a rabid dog at your ankle there. Next up,
me.
Pyre.
Oh, kind of taking the moment to move slightly so that first tadpole had missed her. She's taking kind of a general assessment of the area and seeing all these enemies. She very quickly bites into her thumb, and you see a small drop of blood as it falls out and almost like evaporates into midair, and she starts speaking under her breath. She's going to cast Bane, so I will need the one-eyed behemoth and then 2 of the tadpoles, let's say the one who's currently on Thormald and the one who just missed me.
Okay.
Charisma saving throws, DC is 13.
All right, cool. Okay, yep, so the monster failed. And both of the tadpoles, they fail as well.
Nice.
And with that, she just kind of almost a knowing look of, I think it worked. And she's just going to maintain concentration on that.
All
and
right.
stay where she is.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. Next up is more of these tadpoles. They're still just in full effect, as it seems that 2 are heading directly towards Opaline, slithering with their dark purple sort of scales that are on the outside of their bodies. And they're all teeth. Let's see what happens when this one tries to jump up and bite, sort of like you're a quadricep.
Oh, God.
That is a nat 20, so 24 to hit.
My quadricep!
That hit? Okay. All right, cool. So that will be 10 damage as this thing hops up and sinks his teeth into the muscle. You can feel sort of the tension breaking there from this rabid animal.
Sad.
The next up is going for the other quadricep.
No!
Does a 9 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, great. So this one just sort of sloshes around on the ground. Okay, we're back up to the top of the order here. And Opaline, it's back to you as this thing is sort of like attached to your leg.
Okay. I do want to say that when the one-eyed creature attacks the professor, she says, Professor! And like gets really upset. And then, okay, so now she has this tadpole is currently chomping on her leg.
Yes.
Okay.
And I should also note that Hathaway, the Detective Hathaway, has gone over to the aid of the doctor. He's running over there, as well as the shifty-eyed Ellie running over there as well with these 2 knives that she's now buried out.
To the aid of the doctor?
To the side of the doctor, yeah.
Okay. It's interesting that there are knives out, but okay.
Actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like, Opaline is very torn because she's like, do I deal with this creature or this one that's on my leg currently? And she is going to ignore the creature on her leg. If she can, to try, and we're gonna do a cantrip. At the one-eyed creature.
Yeah. What are you doing?
We're gonna do Toll the Dead, and that is DC, where is, oh my God. Hello? 14. Save DC 14. I believe that's wisdom. Wisdom.
Okay, wisdom. Let's do that. All right. Cool. So that's at the creature, correct?
Yes, at the one-eyed creature.
Okay, great. So I rolled a 5.
Okay. Well, that doesn't work
Mm.
for you, unfortunately. So
Call a
then
doctor, but not for me. No.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's only 1d8 and I rolled a 1, so 1 necrotic damage.
Okay, cool. What does your necrotic damage look like as it sort of hits the sort of like the forearm of this creature as it's reaching out towards the doctor? What does that look like?
Well, so basically it's like black and red, like little bubbles, almost looking kind of like boba shape, like float out and start just deteriorating away, like basically part of where it hits them to a point. So that would like destroy the whole point of it is to destroy the body so that it cannot be reused.
Cool. So that sort of like boba like just starts crumpling up the arm of the creature. Fantastic. Next up, Thormald.
Yeah, okay. Thormald was taken aback there for a second, but he's in it now. He's in the game. He's going to be using a spell slot here to then craft that Eldritch Cannon that he was missing before. Now, we could say he probably had one previously almost finished, and he was able to get that last slice there. And that's exactly what he's going to do in place of that spell slot. To then create a Force Ballista, and this contraption that he seems kind of bonded to now makes sense. He throws it up around his shoulder, and it clicks into place on this almost telescopic arm with this, what is this? This tadpole grappling onto his leg. And he is going to use this Force Ballista on this as a bonus action for a ranged spell attack for 2d8. And you are muted, Dungeon Master. I'm about to say.
All right, let's do it. We're not playing Cthulhu. What are you talking about? Okay, yeah, go ahead and do it.
All right. I just want to. Okay, yeah. So to hit is +6 there. So let's roll a d20. And that is going to be a. You're not going to believe me, London. You're not going to believe me when I tell
me,
you.
Man. Tell me.
I just rolled a nat 20 with a +6.
All righty. All right, cool. Roll that damage with that double damage, please.
All right. So that's 2d8. So we're looking at what is that? It's like 4d8, right?
Sheesh.
For a total of 16 damage.
Woo! Describe what it looks like as you completely obliterate this tadpole that's in front of you with this Force Ballista.
Ooh, Thormald jumps into action, busts out. Is that a carpenter's tool? With this excess wood, like, is that a duck? What is that? He slices it once in place of that spell slot. He moves his arm up, clicks it into a place that seems built for it. Has it kind of that shoulder turned down to where this tadpole is. Lets that Force Ballista fly, and no more. As this tadpole is eviscerated.
You can even, like, it gets even warmer in here as this full force, like, sort of cooks this tadpole as it evaporates in the air as you see smoke and char replace the flesh. All right. Fantastic. All right. So it looks like that is dead. All right. Cool.
Sorry, I just realized I forgot we were level 5. So my damage was 2d8, not 1. Am I allowed to roll that second d8 to adjust the damage, or is it you messed up? What is it?
I'll say yes.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Of course. I am
okay. So
DM.
+6. You're benevolent.
You'll get us later.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
it's actually instead of 1, it was 7.
Okay, cool. Got it here. But yeah, but if we're playing Cthulhu, yo, everybody fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. You're
Roll.
great.
He
You're
just
great.
lets you get killed, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. All right, cool. So as that happened, there's another tadpole that is. This one is going at Pyre. Cool. Let's see what happens there. As another tadpole is trying to, it has its teeth. It's trying to bite for a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. So that does 5 damage to you as it sinks into your flesh there.
Mm.
Now, you're not exactly human, so as it sinks its teeth in there, it winces a little bit because it's beginning to burn its teeth. It doesn't know why. Its mind is simple, but it doesn't know why.
And just to be safe, gonna roll to make sure, maintain concentration on Bane.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, perfect. So that would have
We're
been
still going for Bane.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next up would be Pyre.
Oh, wonderful. So now I have the one that missed me and the one that's currently attached to me. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And about how far away are the other remaining enemies?
They're all pretty much within range if you're trying to do anything.
Understood.
They're all kind of in this enclosed space, yes.
Oh, got it. In which case, she is going to, being mindful of the current spell she has in effect, she kind of mumbles underneath her breath, and then there's this like glowing energy that almost emanates from her, and she is going to use Word of Radiance. So the two that are currently, the one attached to her and the one right next to her, if they're within 5 feet, I would assume, will need to make a Constitution saving throw. DC is 13.
Ooh, okay, let's try it.
Constitution.
All right, so we have a 5 and a 19. One of them saves.
One of them saves. The other one does not. The one that did not save will take 2d6, so 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay, yeah. As this thing just shivers as it's cooked by this bright radiance. Okay.
Perfect. Just make sure. And that'll be it for her.
All right, great. So there's another tadpole. It is the one that's attached to you is trying to sink its teeth deeper. Of course, it has Bane there. So, yeah, 4 to hit. It's not doing anything to you.
I will not.
Next up, there is a tadpole going to attack Opaline. It's trying to for 17 to hit as it's jumping up, bouncing, trying to get at you.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5 points of damage.
Not good.
All right. So, okay, I think I missed the creature's turn last time, perhaps.
Oh, the one-eyed guy.
Yeah.
I
So
mean-
basically, what it did as Hathaway and Ellie sort of swooped in, they started opening fire into it as it sort of is distracted by them. As they see you also trying to help, this group here trying to help and defend from the doctor, they turn their attention towards the machines as they're being wrecked by these monsters that are nothing more than mouths and eyes that are ripping these machines apart. Bronson fires a gun that looks very unfamiliar to you all. The best way I can describe it, it's not really steampunk. It's more 1920s, like a nice revolver as he's firing into these creatures here. Ellie directly running up, eyes not shifting any longer, eyes trained directly on these creatures, stabbing and tearing into them. That's what happened on the turn of the monster there. We're back to Opaline.
Okay. Well, Opaline is like, God, my quadricep. Okay.
And there's 3 more tadpoles remaining, 1 barely, and 2 that are still slithering around, plus the creature.
Okay. And the one that's on her quadricep is fine, right? It's
okay. It's okay.
okay. God, okay. All right. Okay.
You're all good. That's a situation.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking, okay, because I'm just, what would Opaline do? And she would still try and go after that one-eyed creature.
Hey, we're just getting to know her.
Yeah, she lived as she died.
Yeah. Do you have any weapons on you as well?
You know
that would
what?
Be able to
She
just
does.
out and swing.
Yeah, she does. So,
See, mace.
yeah, she has a mace.
Shield.
There you go.
So,
Same.
okay. Here's what's gonna happen. She's gonna use the mace on the tadpole. No, she's not. Okay, how far away from the one-eyed creature is she? Is she within striking distance?
I'd say you're about 15 feet away from the creature.
Okay.
Well, you could totally move over there and do that. Yeah, you have 30 feet of movement.
Oh yeah.
And is it like down to 15 because I have a tadpole attached to my quadricep?
No, that thing is coming along for the ride.
Just dragging it behind you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, she is going to drag her ass over to this one-eyed creature and just try and swing with the mace, try to beat it in the brain.
Okay, great. Yeah. So please roll for the to attack with that mace.
Okay.
And who's Opaline going after again?
The one-eyed creature.
Got it.
Don't worry, she's brought the tadpole to the situation.
Got this.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. All right. I am using my mace. Do I have proficiency with the mace? I do.
Yeah, you have proficiency in let's see. Yeah, you're proficient in it. Yeah, you got martial weapons. Simple.
Oof, okay. I'll take every bit of help I can get. Okay. Then in that case, 9.
Hit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew, wasn't expecting that.
Wait,
Okay.
2 hit?
Yeah.
Nope.
A 9 to hit?
No, it is not hit. I'm
Cruel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is just like,
No. Unfortunately, not. As it soars past it. What happens is, as soon as you're about to raise that mace to sink in, that tadpole,
yeah,
it sends you reeling back. Next up will be the creature. So what the creature is going to do? Let me see here.
You're not gonna forget about Thormald, are you, Keeper or Dungeon Master?
I'm throwing the creature in here as well.
Got it. He was 19, or they were 19.
And the creature is also 19, and I skipped over the creature last time.
That's true. That's
So
true.
I'm making sure to throw the creature in here as well. Make sure I get it.
I got you.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to use use weird insight. It looks directly at Opaline.
No.
All right, so give me a deception roll, please. As this thing with that amber eye looks directly at you.
Okay. Please. 9.
Okay, cool. So, as it is looking at you, it's almost as if it's digging deep down into your very soul. And it learns one fact or secret about you. Please tell us what this thing sees in you.
Is it okay? Is it a secret that I am purposely keeping, or is it like a truth about me that I don't know?
It can be either. I'll allow that freedom to you.
Okay, and it knows this. I don't
knows this.
necessarily. Okay, it's not gonna like. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, so the thing it learns about Opaline is that her cult didn't send her away just like for a year to go study. They like don't like her. So they just just were like just just report back, and they're like hoping that she just like dies out in the world.
Oh my gosh.
And as it turns around and looks at you, it turns its head. Next up, Thormald.
Yeah. Oh man, that. Okay, so there was a tadpole who has become acquainted with the quadriceps of one of his friends here. There is the one-eyed thing that is rampaged through, and there's 2 more tadpoles. Is that correct?
Yeah, so there's 3 tadpoles. One's barely hanging on.
Barely.
2 more that are okay, and then the creature. And of course, there's like the things on the side that Bronson and Ellie are taking care of. She's like Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, she's like that.
Okay, let's get into the thick of it here. If there is nothing immediately next to Thormald in terms of danger, and he is going to pull out his pistol, which he has used an Artificer infusion for a +1 to damage rolls there.
Boom, boom.
He's gonna come up and point this pistol at. Is the one tadpole that's looking a little rough? Is it actively after Pyre or Quinn?
Oh yeah, every tadpole is actively engaged. Like
Okay, got it.
Its one goal in life is to bite and to chomp and to rip flesh from bone.
Ugh. Well, in that case, let's put a stop to that real quick. We're gonna shoot that pistol at the one that's not looking too good.
Okay, great.
So it's going to be to hit. That is going to be dirty 20, 16 plus 4.
And that hits. Please roll for your damage, please.
You got it. And that's going to be 3 plus 1 plus another 1 for that infusion for a total of 5 damage.
What does that look like as you aim your sights down the gun and below this thing to smithereens? Describe that for us.
That's exactly it. He pulls us out, not like a gunslinger. He's not that smooth. Fumbles with it a little bit and pulls the trigger. This thing, we won't say it explodes, but it feels it and it drops to the ground. And he preps that bonus action for this cannon there.
Okay, cool.
He's going to be pointing his shoulder there at this beast, this one-eyed beast.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is your bonus action. You get an attack with that?
Correct, yes. Bonus action with this Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
That Force Ballista there. So that's going to be a +6. Yes.
Just roll for that.
I'm now figuring out DBR. So 15, if we're adding 6 to that, that's 21.
Ooh, that hits.
Okay, I'll take it. So for that 2d8 force damage, totaling at 13. Which also, if standing right next to it, that also includes push, which I can get details for you if you'd like.
So you're pushing back?
Yeah, and that damage is so 2d8 force damage, and if the target is a creature, pushed up to 5 feet away from the cannon if it's right next to it.
Got you. Okay, cool. So you are really stunning this thing as it slides away here. Wow. Now that was something. I believe next in the order would be Pyre.
Ooh, okay. So the one that was attached to her and the one that was next to her, which one of those are now gone or pushed?
So it looks like the one that was attached to you is the one that's gone.
Oh, okay. I still have the little friend next to me.
Yeah, but when it was splattered on you, the blood of this thing looks wrong, black and boiling, not seeping through your clothing or anything, but it just wrong.
Just kind of like naturally, it's like flinging her arm off, like no. Kind of looking at the little one that's right next to her and looking away at Opaline, who she just saw took some pretty bad damage. Is Opaline within 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So in which case, Pyre is going to kind of like wave almost towards Opaline, and she's going to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds, which normally has a range of touch, but she's going to use one of her Metamagic Adept sorcery points for a distance spell to make that 30 feet.
Nice.
So it's going to be 2d8. Let's see here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You took a lot of damage all at once. Oh, 16 points of healing.
Oh my god.
Supercharged, right? Is that how that works to you?
And then looks down at the little tadpole. It's like jumping around and kind of like, okay, and just looks at it. And that's it for her.
Okay, great, cool. We got 2 more tadpoles, and your concentration is still going, correct?
Yes, it is.
Still going. Yep. Cool. So these tadpoles are trying to bite. They're swarming around. They're trying to change their tactics here. One is trying to, again, right there. It's going to bite Pyre, or try to, with a nat 1, 5 damage. Does not bite you. You're moving around. You're doing this healing, and as you're doing that in the midst of helping your new companions, this thing darts past you. Let's see if the other one can get to Thormald. Maybe, maybe not. But it looks like that is a 11 to hit.
It does not.
Which is not happening. Opaline, we're back to you. Now there are 2 tadpoles that are slithering on the ground. They're within range. If you want to go to try to get them. There is also that one-eyed beast that is there. Now pushed away a little bit from the doctor.
Okay. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. Had she not been healed, she might have shifted her focus. But thanks to Pyre, she's literally like seeing that as a sign that she should continue her methods, and she wants to try. And she's going to do a we'll do level 1 Ray of Sickness.
Ooh, okay.
At the one-eyed creature.
Gotcha.
And so she's gonna cast that, and that is a Constitution save 14.
Okay. Also, yeah. So that's also what to hit first, correct?
Let me see. Oh, yes, I think I do have to hit. Okay. Oh, God.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, wow. Almost dropped that. 14.
Ooh, just misses.
God!
The race so fast, this creature. The Amber Eye.
Look, there's a reason that her cult doesn't like her.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Opaline?
Okay, okay, I'm just trying to think of what I can do as a bonus action here.
Let's see.
Sorry.
No
here we go.
No.
Am I able to? I don't think so. Right? No. Never mind. I can't do that. She's not going to do anything.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no worries at all. We're going to move on to the creature. As that happened, it sees this ray soar past it. It's going to try to come in with an attack at you with one of those mighty claws that it has.
Oh, he's just force pushed by a weird wooden duck on the...
There's an 18 hit.
Does that include Bane?
Oh yeah, right. So does thank you.
You're
Does a
welcome.
14 hit? Opaline.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was
No problem.
distracted.
No.
Does a 14 hit? Yeah, 14 hits.
Okay, cool. Let's see about the other claw. Does a
Ah.
22 hit?
Oh.
Why did you even ask? Yes.
For that will be 15.
Good thing I just got
damage.
healed. That's all I'm saying. Good thing.
Honestly, yeah.
Thank you, Pyre. Okay, I'm sorry. You said 15.
15 damage as it now has this new realization about you. You can see that it understands you and what your people did to you. You don't deserve to live. Wah! For 15 damage.
Ooh.
Sad.
Oh, so sad. Thormald.
He's not gonna like seeing that. So if he's right up next to this beast that he just hit with this cannon, he's gonna go for a second level artificer cast here for a scorching ray, which includes 3 range spell attacks to hit, so 3 rolls separate. If that makes sense.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah.
Get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go, and they're all gonna be directed at this towering. I guess not towering, but this beast. So, first one out of these 3, 6 + 6, 12. Does that hit Keeper?
No.
I mean, Dungeon Master. Sorry.
This is not Call of Cthulhu. I'm just kidding.
26. Does that hit Dungeon
That
Master?
does hit. Yes.
Okay. And we'll go for the third one here, third and final. Can you see what I'm rolling, London? Can you see what I'm rolling?
We can all see it. We can all
Oh
see
yeah, it's
Do
there.
you see that? Okay, all right. So that's another 26. I'm gonna assume that hits.
So then that will, yeah, indeed.
So we're gonna do one roll
Double that, yeah.
and do another. So what I'm getting is that 18 damage? That's a lot of math.
18. All right, so you're sending 18 damage into this thing as you're now frying it with this cannon. You see one of the arms like shrivel up from the fingertips all the way down to the elbow as it swings the elbow around. Alice's revenge. Alice's revenge. As it makes its way up to the shoulder, it's sinking down. It's barely holding on as Thormald has done this. Next up is Pyre. As there's 2 tadpoles remaining, this one-eyed creature is barely hanging on as it's screaming about Elise. That's what's in front of you.
Pyre kind of looking over at Opaline, who she had just killed and just got hit pretty badly again. She's like, I just killed who's Opal or who's Elise? And she's getting very confused. And she's just gonna look at the little tadpole next to her and just be like, stop it. And once more go to cast Cure Wounds.
I am Pyre. Pyre.
We don't know who you're talking about.
Oh no.
It's like Snoop Dogg. Who? Like when it like zooms in.
And she'll do, as before, Cure Wounds, utilizing her last meta magic sorcery point at level 2. So that's
Very good.
2d8. Well, that's not as good, but 13 points back to you, Opaline.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're
Nice.
welcome. And right now, that is all she is able to do.
Okay, great. Cool. So as the tadpoles are slithering around, they're darting back and forth. We're gonna have one go at Pyre. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Okay. And the next one
Very
is
confident, no.
nope. Is the next one's going at Thormald for a 19.
That definitely hits.
This bite with the teeth is going to sink in for 5 damage to you, Thormald.
Understood.
We're back around to the top of the initiative order, which you can find with Bree and Danny and Nate and all those great people. Initiative order. Hey. But we're back with the top with Opaline. What would you like to do with 2 tadpoles and the beast?
Okay. So I'm back within. I'm close up on this beast again.
Yeah, you're right in there with it. And again, you can see its big sort of forearms and that one ember eye that knows you. It knows you.
Okay. And I feel that it knows me, right? Do I feel that? Do I feel anything or do I not?
Oh yeah, you can see that it sees you differently than it sees these other two people. These other three people, the gnome that's cowering behind a machine, the detective that's firing a 1920s revolver into a mass of flesh, and the mini Drax that is knifing up the mountains on the side.
Okay. She's gonna like stare into the eye and then she's gonna be like, shut up, and like reach out and grab it, and she is going to cast Vampiric Touch, 3rd level spell.
I think
And that's
like a black hole. Oh my God.
Oh snap! Okay.
she's like, shut up. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
do I have to roll to hit?
Yeah, so make
For
a melee
this?
spell attack against the creature within your reach. Yeah.
Okay, melee. Why? Okay. So I'm sorry. What roll was it? It was
Just a to hit.
yeah.
With-
I was
with
just
the spell
hoping that
attack.
magically I would have like a bunch that I could add on.
Yeah, so that click that +6 or you're rolling, right? So it's
Yeah, I
whatever
I
+6.
rolled. So I'm sorry, you said +6?
Mhm. Whatever you rolled +6.
13.
That doesn't make
It's
it.
just not making it. Ay. Okay.
Just not making it as
Yeah.
your hands sink into the moist fleshiness of that eyeball. It seems
the
to
eye!
cringe from that touch, but nothing else happens as your spell doesn't seem to creep into the
No.
blood vessels of this thing, unfortunately.
Sad. So sad.
It on its last leg can't even really sort of make it to hit you. Its eye, being sort of diverted by your gaze, looks directly at Pyre. Now it looks at you. Please, give me a Constitution saving throw, Pyre.
Oh, yay. That's a 10.
Oh,
That does not save as you take 13 necrotic damage. As directs its eye directly towards you unwittingly, and this gaze, this rotting gaze, seeps into your soul.
I think I'm gonna be sick. She's just gonna retching a little bit. Ugh.
Thormald, your turn. Again, 2 tadpoles and this beast.
did I? What just happened to Pyre? Did that come from the Cyclops, the beast?
Yep, came from the Cyclops.
Let's take a shot with that pistol at this thing. Here's hoping. Also, give me a second just to make sure that's what I want to do. Almost trying his best. All right. And he's looking rough, right? Right, DM?
Oh, it's looking bad, man. The eyes are now bloodshot. Its claws are sort of limp, not as sort of pronounced as they once were.
Understood. Let's take that shot, and we're gonna roll to hit. Whoo, for a 21.
Woo!
Yeah,
That-
all right.
That hits.
We're gonna roll for another +1 on top of whatever it is. 9 + 1 + 1 for 11. How are we looking?
Mr. Stevenson, how do you want to do this?
He shoots him in the eye. That's it. He just
And
shoots
it's almost as if the
Don't hit my
cameras
fingers.
It's almost as if the camera is looking from directly behind this creature. Opaline's hands are on each side of the creature's eyeball, and we see the bullet exit directly out of the back of the head as this black, oh so wrong blood splatters all over the wall onto the half unconscious face of the doctor who's propped up against the wall, trying to bring herself up as the creature collapses and says, Elise. It's down.
I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Boom.
All right.
Nice.
Great job. Now these two tadpoles are just slithering, sort of mindlessly around. Pyre, what would you like to do with these two things here on the ground?
Oh, they're right. Are they both right next to me? Or
Yeah, they're both right next to you. Yeah, they're both all in sort of between you all.
oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed by all of this. Are they within 5 feet?
Yep.
Of me?
I would say so.
She's just gonna kind of like scream out what you might assume is an obscenity and use Word of Radiance again. Have them both make Constitution saving throws.
All right.
That's the word of radiance is a swear.
Yes.
Okay, we got an 18 and a 4.
Okay, well the 4 will take 2d6 radiant damage. There'll be 6 points of radiant damage.
Listen, this thing lights up, disintegrates to the side.
Yeah.
There is one left. Is there anything else you would like to do, Pyre?
There are many things she would like to do, but that is all she can do.
All she can do. Got you. All right. This last tadpole is going to slither over to Drutguk, excuse me.
Drutguk, yes. I actually, fun fact, I had it wrong in the stream, so it said Dutguk, which, funnily enough, is his cousin, but that's an unassuming matter.
Does 18 hit you, Drutguk?
It sure does.
For that'll be 5 damage. As again, it's chomping into you, trying to get to that bone. It's hungry. Back around, we're at Opaline as there is one little slithering tadpole remaining. It seems helpless amongst this carnage of the beast, of the other tadpoles. It seems alone and hopeless. What do you do?
Tame it.
So it seems alone and hopeless.
Yep.
So she's like,
it just did 5 damage to me. So
she's like, I'm not like you, and then wants to try to. How big are they?
They're tiny. They're probably like this.
Can
With
she
teeth.
just stomp on it?
You could.
Just try an unarmed attack.
You
Stomp.
could if you would like. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not smart, but she's not that smart.
It's not smart. Your one arm attack would do, 1 bludgeoning damage if you succeed.
Maybe she won't.
bloody hurts.
After she just did 5 damage, or it just did 5 damage to you. Okay. Fine. She'll be. She's. Okay. I am going to. She's gonna do.
Do you have like a stick? Like.
Look, I have a mace. It didn't go great last time I tried to use it.
That is a solid point. That is a solid point.
But here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna try and do a level 1 ray of sickness. Okay, she's going back to basics on this little helpless tadpole. So we'll see. I mean,
All right.
Okay. That is a 9.
You rolled a 9 plus a 6.
Oh, plus a 6. 15.
That hits. Right.
Oh my
that's
god. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Things are turning around. Okay.
You don't even have to roll. Tell me what that looks like as this thing just cooks under your ray of sickness.
Yeah.
So Opaline begins to vomit out a sickly green energy that like falls down on top of the tadpole and just slowly begins dissolving it away like acid. But like the middle of its tadpole head caves in first. Yeah. Like a donut. Look, she did it. Oh,
You did it.
she's gonna be like, we did it, everyone.
And what helps you, what even sort of, bolsters your cause there is that as soon as you do that, as soon as that head caves in the center, the two big mouthing eye things on the side flee. They stop wrecking the machines. Bronson stops firing into them. Ellie stops stabbing them, and they head out of the door, closing it behind them. The doctor is on the other side of the room, clutching her chest. And right now, we're out of initiative. What do you all do?
Who's that?
I'm running over to the doctor.
All right. Get her elevated.
Opaline.
Oh, you know my name. Are you okay?
I'm hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, you said elevate it, Thormold? Elevate it.
Get the doctor onto a table. Paya, Opaline, I believe. Paya, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Help the very strong heart. And she's kind of like wave her hands and like lightly pat her on the shoulder, and she'll use cure wounds on the doctor. So give her some healing back. It'll be 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I must confess, I have been dishonest with you.
What? Why? Why'd you lie to us?
Really?
I didn't need donors. I needed help. I hired Pyre and Thormald and Opaline. I summoned you here, and Bronson Hathaway and Ellie and I need you to find something for me. There is a monster that stole my magnum opus, the unbreakable heart. My one success. The monster took it from me. And these monsters that just attacked belonged to my monster. If you can follow them and bring me back the unbreakable heart, I will reward you greatly. This is why I brought you here. Please.
Who is this monster?
She calls herself Elise.
Elise, that's who Elise is. Okay. And she'll kind of recognizing that she just kind of burst out there for a second. Just gonna kind of step back.
They did say Elise, Doctor.
You must follow them, please. And Bronson Hathaway steps over. All right, Doctor, we got to make sure we're taken care of, all right? Send a little bit of first aid from the war. I'll make sure that you're all right. Now, we got to tend to those wounds. Everybody, are you able to go after these monsters here? We might not have much time before they get away.
So, you expect us to form a hunting party, Detective?
Well, this is the doctor's orders.
Doctor, you can just make another one, right?
My other one exploded next to Opaline.
Oh, we were there for that. Hopefully,
Yes! Please! This is why I hired you, please!
Well, I, for one, love a task, so I'm on board.
Time is of the essence here. Those mouth things must be getting away.
I guess we should hurry. We should hurry then. I'm in too.
Wonderful.
Now, I'll be right there, Pyle. Doctor,
Yes.
Frankly, I do not care about what money you can offer, but I expect to hear about your colleagues when we return. Now, I need to know why I am the way that I am.
Persuade the doctor, please.
We'll see. 3 minus 1 for 2. Does that count or
Okay. The spark that animates flesh is merely the result of chemical accidents.
chemical accidents?
You are no more complicated than that. But if you gather this for me, I can upgrade you better than before.
We'll be in touch, Doctor. Lead the way.
And what do you all do as you exit the lab into the frozen cold of Ludendorff?
Pyre will kind of like pull on her cloak just a little bit closer to her body, not really ever feeling an issue with warmth, but we'll kind of hold back a little bit for Thormald and just kind of lean over like, I know we just met, but I don't think you're an accident.
He keeps that stern look, but right. Not by any means. Thank you.
Opaline, are you feeling okay?
I feel amazing. I'm so excited because we're going to have so many adventures together and we'll bond and become like a family that has to be together. And I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm really missing that right now.
Oh.
Right.
You have a little blood right here.
On this
Here. Yeah. You got hit
Thanks.
like 12 times.
Yeah, a lot. I got hit a lot. And I did not hit anyone really at all.
Oh, man, you hit that thing. That little thing that was on the ground.
Oh, yeah. The final blow.
That
Yeah.
was impressive. Yes. Is the mace for decoration or?
What?
No. You did fine work.
Thank you. Yeah. We all pitched in. I mean, we all pitched in. We all pitched in.
Mm-hmm.
Are we in need of a town?
A town?
A tavern?
Tavern.
Town, tavern, resting.
I don't drink alcohol, but I'm glad to be around others that do, because that's to learn.
You are an interesting person, Opaline.
Oh, thank you. You know, so many people say that.
Sure. That's my turn. Sure. Paya, lead the way, please.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. And French will actually put her hood down and just kind of have her like really bright hair slightly willowing about with a little, looks like a fire, of course. But she's gonna start looking to see if there's a trail that's been left by these creatures.
Okay, cool. Yeah, for sure. So you can give me a survival, please.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that is a survival right there. That's 4.
Oh, you're looking in the you're looking around outside here as you make your way outside of the university. Now the ice, the snow that's fallen down has turned into rain that is now mixed in with the mud that is deep there on the ground. The tracks are being washed away pretty quickly for some reason. The wind, this little rain, it might be contributing to that. You don't really see many tracks here. Would anybody else like to try an investigation?
Oh.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
to,
try one.
DM.
You might assume that Pyre is struggling as she begins like leaning over, like kneeling down, like.
Yeah, we're like, it's been 15 minutes that you've been staring at that.
Thormold's got that 14-6 dirty 20 there for investigation.
Got you. Cool.
7 plus 6 is 13.
13, got it. Boom. Awesome. So mainly Opaline and Thormal, they really see these tracks. Now it's not necessarily footprints, but it's really like flesh or like big stakes have been dragged through the mud. All the way through town, through the wilderness that makes its way on the outskirts of Ludendorff. You make your way past the tavern, past the blacksmith, the gunsmith, past these big factories as smoke and boiling sewers from below make your throat just almost close with mucus. You make your way out into the wilds, the snow-caked trees. The path that this has dragged through is easy enough to follow. It tracks to the small, curmudgeonly forest and out the other side. Once you are all through the woods, everything ends abruptly. At the water, the waves lap almost as if they were mocking all of you. Across that frigid, undeniable water, islands sit. There is no doubt that these horrifying creatures fled back to where they came from. And those specks of land that are off in the horizon that you are all looking at may have never been so aptly named than they are right now. It seems that your next stop on this tour must be the Isles of Agony. And that is session 1.
Oh my god.
Boom! Awesome. Yo, y'all are awesome. It's so fun playing with you all.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you guys are amazing.
Cool.
I love it. It's
Awesome.
so fun.
I want to add in one little extra type thing there. As we were making your way through this forest here, due to that, it was at an 18 roll that you made there, Thormald?
For the investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
20.
Oh, 20,
14
yeah.
plus 6.
Yeah. I'm going to say on the way, you found this chest that was stuck off to the side with 2 potions of great healing and a ring of jumping that you can use in session 2.
Ring of jumping and 2 great healing. Got it.
2 potions of great healing. Yeah, cool. So
Beautiful.
that is the adventure for tonight, as you now have a new quest and these lands that are taunting you all. Awesome. Great. I believe we can we have our secret GM Clinton Trucks come in here with any sort of post-show business. Is that cool? Do you have anything for us, Clint?
Hey, what's
Hey.
Sure. If you guys want to be here for our post-show business, I will race through it. Come back next week for more of the Isles of Agony, part 2 of 3, Tuesday at 7 p.m. these same players, more of the same adventure, more of the horror of Ravenloft 5th edition, please find Brianna Flame, Matt Stephenson, and Kelly Nugent wherever your finer Twitch streams, Twitters, Instagrams are sold.
Thank you.
Then Sunday, we usually have Vampire Church, Vampires of Pittsburgh, our Vampire the Masquerade continuing chronicle with our beloved coterie of Ashley Birch, Abu Bakar Slim, and Ross Bryant. But for 3 weeks, we're actually going to look into what the mages of Pittsburgh are up to. So join us, same bat time, same bat channel for Magi of Pittsburgh.
Oh, I love that reference.
Ooh.
That was
Right?
good. Yeah. I love that.
Amy Vorpal, Aaron Urist, and Sarah Rose Kaplan. This is a pre-recorded show, but Jared and I will be hanging out in the chat talking about the absolute insanity that we have in store for you. So please join us. We have merch. Guys, go find it. Go to streamofblood.com. Check out our merch store. There's great stuff. We are a podcast on your podcatcher of choice. Check out the Stream of Blood podcast. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and Ravenloft are from Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. Original art this evening was by Will Pottorff, our sincere favorite.
Fantastic work.
Right?
And
Will's the best. Please.
Oh yeah, I just have one more thanks here. I would like to give a thanks to Rory Hoffman, who helped me develop this scenario. It's an original scenario by Rory. From Only Crits, they sell dice and their own original adventures. You can't buy this adventure there, but I would love to give a shout out to them as well, and also to Jared Logan, a fan of Frankenstein. So this goes to you, Jared. I hope you enjoy this.
Heck yeah.
Jared's jealous that you got Frankenstein's on the channel before he did.
There's still time.
We actually had a Call of Cthulhu Frankenstein, but this is people have been begging for some more Frankenstein content on this channel for a
Catch that at Gen Con, everybody. You got to go to Gen Con for the Frankenstein with Jared.
All right. And special thanks to Jared Logan in absentia, Brian Baldinger, our other producer, social media manager Megan Arch, our podcast producer Andrew Strother, and our art director Jill Petracek. That's it. Goodbye forever. Unless anybody else has anything else. Nothing?
I got my squeaky chair. That's it.
Wu-Tang is forever.
Wu-Tang's for the children. See you guys next week.